Mentos, the fresh maker.
Hey everyone, I'm Rebecca and welcome to MsMojo. Today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 iconic 90s commercials.
There's no wrong way to eat a Reese's.
Double pleasures, way sure you double gum.
About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things.
For this list, we're looking at memorable individual commercials or recurring campaigns from the 1990s that pack a ton of nostalgia. Do you have a favorite 90s commercial? Be sure to let us know in the comments. All right, let's get into it. Number 10, Budweiser Frogs. Budweiser. The 1990s were a prime time for advertising when it came to Budweiser beer. The decade saw several very creative ad campaigns that have stuck with us for years. For this particular commercial, three frogs sit outside a bar with a bright Budweiser sign on top. As opposed to their typical ribbit, each frog opts to vocalize one syllable of the word shown on the sign.
Budweiser.
At first, you have no idea what they're saying, but as the camera pans up, the three frogs speak in the right order, revealing what they're trying to say. Creative and funny, it's a memorable way to sell a cold one.
Budweiser.
Number 9, Doublemint Twins. Doublemint Gum.
Double your pleasure, double your fun.
For a long time in print and on TV, Wrigley's advertised their Doublemint gum, showcasing sets of twins. This reached a peak in the 1990s, yielding a plethora of commercials featuring sets of twins.
Double your delightment with the right mint.
What better way to advertise a gum called Doublemint than to see twins enjoying the flavor of one of Wrigley's signature chewers, right? One ad even featured Tia and Tamara Mori, who later became famous for their roles in the TV sitcom Sister Sister.
Dad? Mom? That girl has my face!
For those who lived through the era, Doublemint immediately brings to mind thoughts of identical twins. Number 8, Mortal Monday. Mortal Kombat. Double Dragon and Street Fighter may have started it, but Mortal Kombat certainly finished it. When this game hit arcades in 1992, kids were lined up to get a chance to try and execute their own fatality against their opponents. Given the game's popularity, a console release was inevitable. The Mortal Monday ad campaign saw a teenager yelling out the game's famous title line interspersed with gameplay. The commercial was very memorable for incorporating the game's own quips, and the rush of the crowds eager to garner a copy. It also heralded the release of a single game on multiple different platforms. Flawless victory indeed. Number 7, the Bagel Bites jingle. Bagel Bites.
Pizza in the morning, pizza in the evening, pizza at supper time.
A surefire way to know whether or not an ad works is if the jingle sticks in your head. Commercials have been using jingles forever, and although we may not want to admit it, we all have at least 1 or 1,000 jingles we can remember. Advertisements for Bagel Bites, a palm-sized pizza snack, permanently infused the catchy
Pizza in the morning, pizza in the evening, pizza at supper time.
into the minds of countless kids and their parents. You'd hear the song on the TV and suddenly have a craving for pizzas you hoped your mom or dad had in the freezer. Even the legendary Meatloaf did his own memorable version of this TV jingle.
Pizza in the morning, pizza in the evening, oh, pizza at supper time, yeah.
Number 6, there's no wrong way to eat a Reese's. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
G'day. I eat a little bit now. I'll come back for the rest later.
The most fascinating aspects of advertising are the endlessly creative ways in which companies pitch their wares to us consumers. A straight-up buy our stuff just doesn't work, right? Well, Reese's took a clever approach with their There's No Wrong Way campaign in the late 1980s and 90s. A whole series of commercials showed us a plethora of ways in which the peanut butter cups could be eaten. Whether it's with milk or when jumping out of water like a dolphin, there never seemed to be enough different ways to eat this tasty treat. Okay, now we need to go to the store and pick up some candy.
There's no wrong way
Good.
to eat a Reese's.
Number 5, Miss Cleo.
What will you ask me?
Does the name Yuri Del Harris ring a bell for anyone? Well, you probably knew her better as a TV infomercial psychic known as Miss Cleo. Back in the 1990s, her advertisements for paid psychic services were all over the airwaves.
Are you a skeptic? Well, why not convince yourself for free? It's time to try your free reading right now.
The ads would showcase her reading tarot cards to people who had called in an attempt to convince the viewers she was the real deal. As memorable and charismatic as she was, the entire thing proved to be a hoax. Eventually, the psychic readers network she worked for was sued in multiple states for deceptive advertising and other charges. You would have thought that a psychic would have known to stay clear of these people, right?
Call me for your free reading now.
Number 4. The Taco Bell Chihuahua. Taco Bell.
Ay, ay, ay.
The late 1990s gave birth to another memorable line of ads from Taco Bell. Known mainly just as the Taco Bell Chihuahua, this mascot became the face of Taco Bell for years, combining the ever-so-cute charm of a tiny dog with catchphrases like,
Por favor, drop the chalupa. Yo quiero Taco Bell.
And these ads proved to be a massive success. Voice actor Carlos Alazraqui combined several influences, including notable cartoon character Ren from Ren and Stimpy, to create the dog's voice.
This is the good life.
The campaign ended in July of 2000 after several Hispanic groups successfully lobbied the company to stop using stereotypical imagery for their advertising. Number 3. Think different. Apple.
Here's to the crazy ones. The misfits. The rebels. The troublemakers.
They may be an iconic and incredibly influential company now, but Apple went through some tough times in the 1990s. A combination of bad product decisions and the overwhelming success of Wintel computers had the company struggling to find its place. But in 1997, Steve Jobs returned, and the company began the Think Different ad campaign, which helped Apple start off on a road to recovery. The influential TV commercial went over so well, it even received an Emmy for Outstanding Commercial in 1998. Since then, Apple has been synonymous with producing products that have been different than the norm. Number 2. What's up? Budweiser.
What's up?
Back to the brew. You didn't really think we were going to leave this off the list, did you? Originally airing at the tail end of the 90s, this commercial quickly became a pop culture sensation.
What's up? What's up?
Countless television shows and movies spoofed or paid homage to the famous commercials, originally inspired by a short film by the campaign's creator, Charles Stone III.
What's up? What's up?
Even in the 2020s, new versions of What's Up have surfaced, including one with smart devices doing their own rendition of the classic saying, and even a redo of the original to remind people to check in on their friends during the COVID era.
Quarantining, having a bud.
True.
So, are all these commercials hitting you in the face with nostalgia? Same. But before we name our most iconic commercial from the 1990s, let's look through some honorable mentions. One of which I think I've mentioned way too many times in videos because I was obsessed with it. Super Smash Bros. Nintendo. Not every Nintendo game is family friendly.
Something's gone wrong in the happy-go-lucky world of Nintendo. Introducing Super Smash Bros., where all your favorite characters go toe-to-toe in one 4-player star-studded slam fest, only on Nintendo 64.
Mouth-morphing Gushers. Fruit Gushers. We've never seen candy do this before.
It's the burstinist. It's the blastinist. It's Gushers Fruit Snacks.
Got milk? California Milk Processor Board. Now that's a memorable catchphrase.
Hello for $10,000. Excuse me? Oh, I'm sorry, your time is up.
Got milk?
Collect call. Geico Direct. Bob, we had a baby, it's a boy.
First name Bob, last name is we had a baby, it's a boy.
Another scorcher. Sears. It's getting hot in here.
Yesterday you said you'd call Sears.
I'll call today.
You call now.
I'll call now.
Now's the time to save on Sears installed central air conditioning. Get 0% finance charge, no billing, and no payments until August with the Sears Charge Home Improvement Plan.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Cindy Crawford Super Bowl ad. Pepsi. A red Lamborghini pulls up to a gas station, and a beautiful brunette woman steps out. A couple of young boys are staring over at her as she puts change into a vending machine to get herself a Pepsi. The boys are mesmerized as she takes a big drink, and then we hear them say,
"Is that a great new Pepsi can or what?"
Cindy Crawford was in her heyday when this 1992 commercial hit the air, and created a pop culture sensation on the biggest stage. It was even remade decades later.
Hi, Cindy. Show them how it's done.
Of all the iconic commercials from the 1990s, this one stands above the rest.
Introducing a whole new way to look at Pepsi and Diet Pepsi.
It's beautiful.
So, did we include the 90s commercial that you can't get out of your head? Be sure to share it in the comments so we can all relive the magic. Or come tell me on Twitter or Instagram at Rebecca Brayton, or on my YouTube channel. See ya! Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.